back to the YouTube channel. As we continue our coverage for Avengers Endgame, I wanted to compare something really interesting between Infinity War and Endgame, that being the gauntlets that were introduced respectively in each movie. The Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Thanos on Nidavellir, and the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark and his nanotechnology. Mainly though, I wanted to talk about why the gauntlet constructed by Eitri the Dwarf is far more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark, and at the same time, why Thanos was able to use the Infinity Stones while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Eitri, and seemingly not when he used the Stark Gauntlet. Let's get into it. First, let's discuss the new Tony Stark Gauntlet. The gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame is made out of the same material as his own Iron Man armor. Therefore, why Tony Stark was able to use the Infinity Stones with his own Mark 85 armor while Thanos still had the gauntlet on. And therefore, why Tony Stark was able to use the stones without having the gauntlet. We also see in Endgame Tony Stark's gauntlet is capable of changing size. It's very clear that the gauntlet constructed by Tony is using the same nanobots that he used in Mark 50 and Mark 85 armor. And that alone is enough to contain the power of the Infinity Stones. However, when someone actually puts on this gauntlet, the power of the stones instantly overwhelms them. While on the other hand, the gauntlet constructed by Eitri and used by Thanos did not overwhelm Thanos when he had all of the stones in his possession. We see, unlike Thor, the Infinity Gauntlet, even with all 6 of the stones in Infinity War, does not affect Thanos until he actually snaps his fingers. Yes, the power still surges through his veins, but it doesn't actually harm Thanos himself until after the snap. This does have a lot to do with the durability of Thanos himself, as he's more durable than the Hulk, but still, the power of Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet contains the stones far more effectively than Stark's gauntlet does. So why is this? The answer is actually really simple. It's the metal that the original Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos uses is constructed by. The metal that Eitri the Dwarf used to construct the Infinity Gauntlet is known as Uru. The reason Uru is able to contain the power of the Infinity Stones is because it actually absorbs and redistributes energy. What makes Uru so dangerous is it's extremely effective at absorbing magical properties, and properties similar to that of the Infinity Stone. It is able to somewhat withhold that energy and then redistribute it as it pleases, something that clearly the Stark Infinity Gauntlet is not capable of. In Avengers Endgame, we never actually see anyone use the Infinity Gauntlet, or rather the Stark Gauntlet, for anything other than to snap their fingers. So it's actually unclear at this point if they're able to actually tap into the power of the Infinity Stones like the Thanos Gauntlet does. Because of course, the Thanos Gauntlet was designed not only for Thanos to snap his fingers, but for another purpose as well. Thanos wanted to be able to actually use the Infinity Stones and use them individually without damaging himself. In Endgame, we never actually see any of the Avengers, or Thanos for that matter, use the Stark Gauntlet or any of the stones individually. In fact, the only time that Thanos uses an individual stone in Avengers Endgame is when he pulls the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and punches Captain Marvel. He doesn't actually use the power of the gauntlet itself to overwhelm Carol Danvers. This leads me to believe that although it might not be impossible, it's far more difficult to tap into the power of the Infinity Stones when you're wearing the Stark Gauntlet. Of course, the snap is still possible, but using the stones individually like Thanos does in Infinity War is likely a far more difficult task. Because of course, Uru was designed not only to snap the fingers, but to use the Infinity Stones because of its magical properties and its ability to absorb its power, and then of course redistribute it. Stormbreaker, Thor's new axe, is also made of this Uru metal, which is another major reason why it was able to overpower the Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War with all 6 stones placed within it. It wasn't actually going head to head with the Infinity Gauntlet, it was absorbing the energy, as that is Uru's main ability in the MCU. According to the official MCU wiki, this is what it says about the Uru metal and its main ability. Uru is very absorpent of energy, especially magic. It retains enchantments well, and it is often used in magic. Its ability to redirect and enhance energy, especially magic, is useful and highly sought after in the MCU. But that is just my breakdown on why Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet is far more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark and his nanotechnology. Of course, I believe if Tony Stark had access to Uru, he would have created a gauntlet of equal or perhaps even greater power. But again, because of this magical Uru metal, the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet is far superior than the Stark. In the end, though, it ultimately doesn't even really matter, as Tony Stark was still able to snap his fingers and get rid of Thanos and his entire army. But I want to hear your thoughts on this breakdown in the comments down below. And at the end, which Infinity Gauntlet do you find to be more powerful? Again, be sure to check out the Avengers Endgame merch page as the massive sale continues, with deals from 30 to 60% off, using my link in the description down below. Again, guys, don't forget to enter the Infinity War Hot Toys figure giveaway. Instead of just a Thanos figure, you'll be able to select from various other figures. The rules for that giveaway are as follow. Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know which Infinity Stone you find to be the most powerful. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day. What's up everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. As we continue our coverage for Avengers Endgame, I wanted to compare something really interesting between Infinity War and Endgame, that being the gauntlets that were introduced respectively in each movie. The Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Thanos on Nidavellir, and the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark and his nanotechnology. Mainly though, I wanted to talk about why the gauntlet constructed by Eitri the Dwarf is far more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark, and at the same time why Thanos was able to use the Infinity Stones while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet constructed by Eitri, and seemingly not when he used the Stark Gauntlet. Let's get into it. First, let's discuss the new Tony Stark Gauntlet. The gauntlet constructed by Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame is made out of the same material as his own Iron Man armor. Therefore, why Tony Stark was able to use the Infinity Stones with his own Mark 85 armor while Thanos still had the gauntlet on. And therefore why Tony Stark was able to use the stones without having the gauntlet. We also see in Endgame that Tony Stark's gauntlet is capable of changing sides. It's very clear that the gauntlet constructed by Tony is made using the same nanobots that he used in his Mark 50 and Mark 85 armor, and that alone is enough to contain the power of the Infinity Stones. However, when someone actually puts on this gauntlet, the power of the stones instantly overwhelms them, while on the other hand, the gauntlet constructed by Eitri and used by Thanos did not overwhelm Thanos when he had all of the stones in. What's up everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we'll be answering one of the biggest questions many fans have had following Avengers Endgame. That question being, is the Infinity Gauntlet capable of bringing people back to life? But more specifically when concerning Endgame, was it capable of saving Tony Stark? As always, a little groundwork first. In Avengers Endgame, the Infinity Gauntlet was able to bring back all of those that were snapped away back to life, as it was also confirmed in Endgame that those characters did in fact die, and they weren't residing in a different realm like many theories suggested, that being either the Soul Realm or the Quantum Realm. Those characters did actually physically die from the Thanos snap. What makes this significant is these are also the characters that were brought back from the Thanos snap, and the only occurrence where we've seen the Infinity Gauntlet resurrect someone. We've never actually seen the Gauntlet resurrect anybody that died by any other means other than the Gauntlet, which is significant in the answer that Marvel gave us. In the comic books, though, it's quite different, as one of the main powers of the Soul Stone is actually resurrection. Both in Infinity War and in Endgame, we don't really get to see a lot to do with the Soul Stone and its abilities. To our current knowledge, we only really get to see two uses of the Soul Stone in the MCU, both of which occurring in Infinity War. One of the powers being Thanos using the Soul Stone to identify which of the Doctor Strange copies is the real one, and following the Thanos snap, Thanos talking to a younger Gamora in the Soul world. In Endgame, the Soul Stone isn't really used, as is also the case for many of the other Infinity Stones. So the major question that I still have for the Soul Stone is something that actually originates from the comic books. Does the Soul Stone that we see in the MCU have a lot of the same abilities that it did in the comic book version? And can the Soul Stone as seen in the MCU bring people back from the dead? Well, it seems as if Marvel and the writers of Avengers Endgame don't think so. This is what they had to say, and specifically why the Avengers could not use the entire completed Infinity Gauntlet to bring Tony Stark back to life. The Gauntlet, as of yet, has not brought back anybody to life that wasn't removed by the Gauntlet. Tony was physically killed. This is an extremely interesting comment made by the writer. He doesn't come out right and say that the Gauntlet is incapable of bringing anybody back to life, but it does infer that may be the case, as they do make it clear as of yet. They also make it clear, though, that there is a distinction between those that were directly killed by the Gauntlet and those that were killed in other means, such as Tony Stark. Tony Stark, who in a way was killed by the Gauntlet, but in a different way than being snapped out of the universe. He was simply overwhelmed by the power of holding all 6 Infinity Stones and the power it took to snap his fingers. He was killed in a different manner than those brought back from the snap, and it appears as if Marvel is inferring that that would be more difficult, if not impossible, to bring someone back to life from that state. Another possible explanation is the Avengers simply did not want to mess with something after it was fixed, and they wouldn't know the implications of bringing somebody back to life following the snap, and they wouldn't want to mess with this after Tony Stark's victory. They also don't know what would happen if they used a single Infinity Stone like the Time Stone, and if that would actually undo Tony Stark getting rid of Thanos' army. But that was just a very small explanation we got from the writers of Endgame, as well as several thoughts on my part as to exactly why they didn't use the Infinity Gauntlet to bring Tony Stark back to life following his own snap. As I said, it appears as if Marvel is actually inferring that it's quite different to bring someone back that's physically killed rather than someone that's directly killed by the Gauntlet, and that there could actually be some complication there with the Infinity Gauntlet itself. But something else interesting to note is the writers actually don't directly come out and say that it's impossible, just that there may be something wrong with it and that we haven't seen it yet. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts on this in the comments down below, and the writer's explanation for this as well as mine. And what do you guys think would have happened if the Avengers actually used the Infinity Gauntlet to bring Tony Stark back to life? Again, don't forget to enter the Infinity War Hot Toy figure giveaway. To enter, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me below which Infinity Stone you think is the most powerful. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.